The next Halo campaign reportedly starts development as 343 begins pivot away from Infinite. So, yes, that's right. The next mainline Halo game has officially started production, although I assume it was in pre-production for a while up until now, but it sounds like they're moving most of the staff over to full-time development of the next game. This is from Dexerto. I think it's Dexerto. That's how you pronounce it. They're usually a pretty good site, so I think this is safe to assume that this is accurate. New reports indicate that developer 343 Industries has finally begun working on the next Halo game, specifically beginning to workshop the new single-player campaign experience. So, to me, that still sounds like pre-pro. Like, when you're workshopping a game, that's pre-production. So I wouldn't say full development at this point. That's kind of a stretch. But then they go on to say, when Halo Infinite first launched, the game was slammed by fans. That's true, due to the large amount of missing content out of the gate. Beloved Halo features such as Forge, co-op, and more were all left out of the release on day one. And despite promising that local co-op would be added in, developer 343 ultimately chose to scrap the feature. Yeah, 343 either needs to get their crap together because it's been over a decade of them in charge and it's been mostly a disaster, or Microsoft needs to step in and replace them. I think they just need to overhaul the company, and they've already started with a ton of people in charge are gone now. Over the last, year and a half, 2 years, there's so many people have stepped away. So, and we can see Season 6 is about to drop tomorrow, actually, and the game seems to be on the right track. Finally. Despite a recent... did I read that part? No, I didn't. Despite a recent resurgence with the Season 5 launch... If that's what I meant, 5, not Season 6. Many hardcore fans are now turning their attention to what comes next. While not much is known about what the next installment in the iconic Xbox franchise will be, new reports indicate that it is officially in development. As reported by Tweaktown, sources have told Ains, the editor-in-chief of Season Gaming, that 343 Industries has begun mapping out the concepts for the next Halo campaign. So here's their quote. Again, this is an interesting source. Quote, "Do I have any info on the Halo campaign? The short answer is nothing specific. What I can say, what I know anyway, is that yes, they do have a team working on the next Halo campaign." I mean, that's kind of obvious. I don't know why that wouldn't be. It is part of the restructure that is building the next generation of Halo on Unreal. Thank God, because Halo Infinite wasted 4 years of development out of 6 making a new engine, and it was a mess of spaghetti code apparently because they used a bunch of contractors to make the game, and then they all got laid off when the game was done. So apparently it's a nightmare to develop for. So thank God they should have switched to Unreal back in Halo 4, honestly. Ains said in the SG Bitcast, I've never heard of this podcast. So Ains added that I think I told a friend the other day that the earliest I would expect to see another Halo single-player campaign outside of Fighter Fight and stuff they're doing in Infinite is a couple years. It's going to be a while, so don't hold your breath. Yeah, I think we kind of expect that. I'm going to be well into my 30s when the next one comes out. Time will tell what the new Halo game will look like and what kind of campaign it will entail. After all, Infinite operated as a sort of spiritual reboot for the series. It feels like every game 343 made was kind of that. Finally drawing a veil on the relationship between the Master Chief and the AI companion Cortana. Yeah, I think that's finally done, that story between him and Cortana. While pivoting from a linear structure to an open world experience. Okay, so regarding that, I don't want them to do open world again. It obviously took too long to make, and I don't think it was worth it. I don't think it improved the experience. I liked Infinite a lot, but it felt like Far Cry Halo, and because of the nature of open world, it was all one biome, and I much prefer Halo 3's style of just really, really big levels. But with that and then a loading screen between them, you can explore different, and separated by cutscenes, you can explore different parts of the ring. So we all wanted a snow biome, a desert biome, a forest biome, all kinds of biomes. And because of the development hell this game went through, we only got one biome, which was a huge bummer. And of course, I think fans know that and are bummed about the campaign DLC being canceled. It's probably for the best, but once again, we have another cliffhanger ending like we always seem to have with 343. Is that it? Is that all they have? Yeah, I guess that's all that Dexerto has. So, yeah, personally, like I said, I enjoyed Halo Infinite a lot. I think it's easily 343's best attempt at Halo. they finally got the gameplay down. And I don't expect the next game to come for several years. But in the meantime, I hope their multiplayer team keeps this up, because we're getting a lot of cool stuff tomorrow with the new update. But the biggest thing I want to see is new vehicles and new weapons. Yeah, they have a lot, and probably new maps, but Forge is the community's taking care of that. But we've only got the Bandit since launch, and it's been nearly 2 years. And where's all the weapons? There's dozens of weapons. I made a video a couple years ago on what all the weapons that were left out of Infinite that they could bring back. Like, I want to see the plasma launcher, the needle rifle, the mauler, the brute shot, the railgun, the saw. Like, even some of the ones that 343 introduced in 4 are not back, and I like those. So I'll make a longer video at some point about what I think they should do to quote unquote save Halo. And part of it is, don't do open world again. Unreal, switching to Unreal, they're already doing, so that's good. And honestly, I don't know if we need another Chief store. Well, it's not going to be the Chief Cortana dynamic anymore. It's going to be probably just Chief. But I want another Chief and Blue Team game, like 5. But don't cut away and have you play as someone else like Locke. Play as Chief and Blue Team the whole game. I would love that. Do better at integrating the story into the game, because they keep cutting so much of the story from the game and putting it in the books. Like, we're finally getting a novel, or we're getting a novel now that finally explains what exactly happened with Cortana after 5, because there's this big time gap between 5 and Infinite, and that's being explained in the book. Please do better at telling us in the game. So, yeah, so it's exciting, I think. I mean, so much for that 10-year plan, right? It's just like Destiny, where they said, yeah, this game is going to be an Anthem. So many times they're like, this is a 10-year game. It's called Halo Infinite because they expected to keep updating it for 10 years, and I kind of never bought it anyway. And then once they canceled single-player DLC, I just was like, yeah, what a mess. I mean, it was a stupid idea to contract all these developers and then lay them off when they were the only ones that knew how to develop for this engine. Like, so many bad decisions. But with, I think his name is Pierre Hintz, is the new head of 343. Joe Staten's gone, even though which sucks, because I love that guy. He didn't get a chance to write story DLC, and that blows. But yeah, they got new leadership, so I'm hoping Halo's headed in the right direction. But what do you guys think? What do you want to see for the next Halo campaign? Like I said, I'll make another video going into more detail of what I want to see. But, I mean, this shouldn't surprise us that they're working on the next campaign. But I just wanted to let everyone know on my channel. So, what do you think about this? Leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Peace out.